right, you're live.
Hey, we are live today from Arlington Charities, and I'm joined by Executive Director Deborah Coppola. Thank you so much for joining us on Facebook Live.
Thank you for coming out.
You guys are just one of our 270 partner agencies. Tell us a little bit about your mission here at Arlington Charities.
Well, here at Arlington Charities, our mission is to lead and engage the community in the fight against hunger. So we work with other community partners to make sure that no one in our city has to go hungry.
Now, you guys do a lot of fresh produce. I saw when I was walking through your pantry earlier, beautiful rows of corn and squash. You've got refrigeration. And we gave a recent gift to you guys with the refrigerated food truck.
Exactly.
How is that helping get more produce out?
It helps us to make sure when we go out, especially coming into our summer months, that we go out and get frozen protein or our fruits and vegetables, dairy products, that we are able to keep them at the proper temperature so nothing goes to waste. When it gets
that's
here,
important, isn't it?
It's very important that we make sure all of our food is handled to proper standards, and so nothing that we give to our clients is ever been not at the right temperature.
Now, you mentioned that we're approaching summer, and that's a topic that becomes very serious for many, many families. Just recently, I was at a presentation from the North Texas Commission, and they had a panel on health, hunger, and housing. And the panel moderator was with the Arlington Independent School District. And he mentioned that about 70% of all the students in Arlington ISD are on free or reduced lunches. So when that final school bell rings, what happens to those kids? You're out, boots on the ground out here in the community. What do we not know as people in the community about summer hunger, especially with our young kids?
Well, for our students, they are not only it's the free and reduced lunch, they also receive breakfast. So that is 2 meals a day they are now no longer receiving over the summer. So we are very fortunate in Arlington that the ISD does sponsor a summer feeding program, but it is not at every campus. So children or families need to figure out a way to get their kids to a campus should it not be at their home campus.
Wow.
So
that's a lot. I mean, just to stop and think about the fact, if you're a parent and your child was receiving 2 meals a day, 5 days a week at school, and then they're out of school, you, the parent, now have to make those meals possible.
That's 10 more meals per child. And then on top of that, we also see many blended families. So we have families that perhaps during the school year may only have 1 or 2 children in their household, that when the summer months, those kids are coming to visit. So they may have 4 or 5 or 6 kids that they are now looking to feed. So that is another burden for them to overcome.
Yeah, and you mentioned, you were talking earlier, and I thought this was so important for our audience to hear, that it's not just young children either. What happens if you're a senior and that final school bell rings?
As our seniors graduate, they lose their access to the food program. They are no longer eligible once they have graduated. So if they go off to college, there's not a reduced or free lunch program. So we say children, but there's a huge age that can be from birth all the way to 18, or those young adult years of 18 to 22. They're a little bit in that no man's forgotten land, but they have the same needs. They're still growing, they're still learning, and we want them to be able to stay in school. So we want to also make sure that they're taken care of.
Tell us about one of the clients that you shared with Becky and I earlier, about a student who had arrived at Tarrant County College and took advantage of the pantry there.
Right. We are very proud to be partners not only with the food bank, but also with Tarrant County College to help them provide for their students with their pantry on campus. And in working with them, one of their social workers had shared a story of one of their clients that prior to becoming aware of the pantry, he could not afford food. So the best that he felt he could do for himself was to purchase 1 dozen eggs per week, and every day he would have 2 eggs, and on Sunday he would fast because he couldn't afford. He wanted to stay in school, and that was such important. A dozen eggs.
That's only 2 eggs a day for 6 days.
Yes, and
that's a poignant. It's actually just a chilling reminder of how important it is that food's available. Now, he did ultimately find the food pantry,
and since the food pantry is right there on campus, it's very accessible for the students. It's open several days a week with differing hours, so they're able to come in between classes. Again, client choice to choose the foods that they like. They also provide a snack food table, if you will, so the most nutritious types of snack foods, but something, so if someone comes in and they haven't eaten in a day or so, there's actually something they can immediately pop open and eat, whether it's canned fruit or fruit cups or cereal bars, granola bars, something that they can take immediately in addition to foods that they can take home to prepare at home.
A story that we hear from all of the partner agencies that we talk to and from folks that we've visited with directly that face the issue of hunger is how many parents sacrifice food to make sure their kids eat. Is that something that you guys see as well?
We hear that over and over, that a parent will say they will go without, or they will not take any of the meal at dinner or whatever meal until all of their children have finished, to make sure that their children have the nutrition that they need. So we at Arlington Charities feel that that's a tragedy in the United States and in Arlington, Texas, that should not be, that no family should go hungry. No one should make a decision of going to bed hungry or making sure my child has food.
We agree with you 100% on that, and we talk to people all the time and just want to reinforce the message today that if there is someone out there that is struggling with food, and honestly, most of the people that we see are working people. We know that. They have jobs. They just don't have enough money to take care of their kids and pay the light bill, to pay auto insurance, to pay any medical expenses. And they have to make these tough choices, but we don't want people to make those choices. And you said it best, Deborah, no one should go hungry. So we would just say to anybody that if you need food or you know someone who needs food, encourage them to come to a food pantry. You can go to our website, TAFB.org. Right on the front page is the Find Food map, and I know a lot of people get to you from that Find Food map. Now, during the summer, when we have all the kids out of school, and we talked about that a little bit, you'll see an uptick in foot traffic here, right? More kids?
Yes, ma'am.
And kids have, let's just say, some interesting taste buds.
There you go. Their palates are a little different than the adults.
So we were encouraging people during the summer to contribute kid-friendly foods that can come out to the food pantries, go on the shelves. What are some of those food items that you would encourage people to collect and donate to their local food pantry?
Well, the shelf-stable items that we would like to give out include fruit cups, anything pop-top that a kiddo can open that hopefully is microwavable and they don't have to bother with the stove. Healthy granola bars. Cereal is a huge thing, whether it's individual portions or even cereal boxes, because I know some of our teenagers, they can eat an entire box in a sitting.
Indeed.
So those types of foods are very helpful.
Okay, great. Well, we're going to have a list of kid-friendly foods over on our website at TAFB.org, and we're encouraging you guys to help create a carefree summer, because no kid should be worried, right, about where food comes from. They should just be out having fun, enjoying the summer months, playing on the playground, blowing bubbles, flying kites, whatever kids do these days. So, Deborah, thank you so much. You guys are an excellent partner. Tell us a little bit, if people are in Arlington, how they would locate your place.
Certainly go to our website, which is arlingtoncharities.org, or they can call us at 817-275-1511. We do appointments for clients who wish to come in, so it's same day appointments. If they call in the morning, we'll get someone in that day. So there's no waiting in line, and they call that number, someone would be happy to explain to them what they need to do to get in.
Terrific. And that number is on our website along with all of our partner agencies. So just go to TAFB.org, click on the Find Food tab right on the front page. You can put your zip code in and it'll show you the nearest location. So if you need help, go to that site. But also, if you would like to collect, like you were saying, kid-friendly foods to meet that special palate for the summer months, you can drop those food donations off at your pantry nearest you. So just go to TAFB.org to that Find Food map, put your zip code in, collect those donations for the summer months and just drop them at your nearby food pantry. Every little bit helps, right?
Absolutely.
Well, we are so grateful to you. It's a pleasure to be partners with you. It's a pleasure to know that we've got folks like you out here, Deborah, and your entire team of volunteers and staff here at Arlington Charities that share our belief and the mission in hunger relief. No one should have to go hungry. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank y'all for joining us. I'm Anita Foster along with Deborah, and we will see you on our next Facebook Live.